We are live. Hello.
You're live. Hi.
Hello, Florian. Nice to meet you online.
Hi, Nina. It's my pleasure.
My name is Nina. I'm doing series of professional expertise for people who are top knowledgeable on both sides of the screen, online and in real world. Because there's a gap between the things we do in the physical world and some people stay only online. So I'm trying to find the good practices so that we can learn more what is the best way we can combine our daily working schedule and get the most out of our professional knowledge. Would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. So hi to all. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It's depending. We are online, so everyone around the world can watch us. So it's my pleasure to have this nice chat. I would say with Nina. So my name is Florian Kastlunga. I'm would say and the expert for social media in South Tyrol, northern part of Italy. I'm working for the official tourism board of South Tyrol marketing. And to my experience, I started with studying communication, political science, and then working for a long time as public relation consultant. And since 3 years now working for South Tyrolian marketing, and 1.5 years now as social media manager. So that means I'm occupying the social media channel. So owned, of course, by the tourism board, but run by me and my colleagues. And so responsible for the strategy and also the content, also production of content. And so what we are doing on our official channels, visit South Tyrol in international version or in German, southtyrol bewegt, or in Italian, Alto Adige da Vivere.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of work. Only listing the links you send me, I cannot imagine how much time it takes and how are you focusing on everything. And especially, I was happy to visit you this summer. And really, it's an international environment of tourists from all over the world. The experience people get there during their vacation is extraordinary, and everyone is in love with South Tyrol. With you are getting the best impression on all the senses a human has, from seeing beautiful things, hearing music and exhibitions, learning about tourism. I remember visiting the Museum of Tourism, and I didn't know that there was a train from Russia, especially to Meran. This was a big surprise. So everything you can see, touch, learn, and hear, you have. How do you manage to do that? Tell me more about this prize of winning content. What does
Mhm.
it comprise? How do you create that content for the users?
Okay, so of course we have different approaches in our communication, and a big part and one of our main focus is that we have, of course, we have this standard touristic communication, which is more focused on activities, on what to do when you are here on location. So information about skiing, about museums, about snow reports, and that on, which we put in our in the online part in Südtirol Info. So what is our main, would say, touristic information site. So there you find every information about the holidays vacation in South Tyrol. And then we have another focus, another site, which is called was in German. Storia da vivere .it in Italian. So we have German and Italian version, and there is a small international edition, Lift the Balance .it. And on this platform, we are telling stories. We are telling stories about South Tyrol. People from our country is explaining what are they doing, why are they doing, how are they living, because we have in our strategy, and that's not focused only online, but we have it also in print. We have it digital. We have it also on the out of home. That we are more than a tourist or tourism destination. So our aim and goal is that people coming here on location and they are not saying, okay, done this, done that, check it from our list, but that they are getting more and more, that they are saying, that's a very lovely place, people's friendly, beautiful nature, the Dolomites. So I will come back and maybe I would like to live here. So just to spend the rest of my life here. And therefore, it's important to show to the clients, to our customers, that we are more than just a ski resort or just a hotel or museum. So that we are really a living space, where people has ideas, they are creative, they want to move on, want to move further, and yeah, and that they are thinking about how to live your life, and finding so some questions to or answers to questions that everyone is thinking about, and
So
therefore on this,
it's also a learning zone who you are. Yeah, you
of course,
rediscover. That's
of course.
that's extraordinary. I would like to point out the trust and authenticity you create, because people not only get the information and beautiful images and videos online, but they
Mhm,
when they come and visit, it's the same in the real, in face to face
mhm,
during their vacation. And also they can see it on TV, on the magazines, it's printed material and advertising. So there's this whole picture, image, understanding about that place and your uh, brand that you are
mhm,
telling about. And especially what I most like, that you don't target without understanding of target group like you should. The people like uh, target them to come and give the money and go back. but but people get that freedom of experiencing the place. And the film I saw when I visited you, we were so happy during the day that at some point we started dancing, and then I checked this film for South Tyrol, and I was surprised that the film is inside the advertisement. That's extraordinary. People are so happy to see themselves
yeah,
without
of course.
knowing. Nice surprise.
Yeah, that I would say that was part of a project. So for our side, was bewegt. Maybe I have to explain it. We won this year the first German content marketing prize in the category content strategy. So because we are one of the, I would say, leading tourism destination in Europe, which are focused on storytelling, and with this new platform, we really went on a new way of communication for tourism destination. And yeah, we had this idea to ask our friends what is important for you on South Tyrol. So if you're thinking about South Tyrol, so what comes in your mind? What are your feelings? What do you want to do? What are your stories? What do your experience in South Tyrol? And yeah, and so we asked our friends, and we got some videos, we got pictures, and from these videos, from this short sequences, we made a longer movie. Okay, it's not 90-minute movie, but 2 minutes or 3 minutes where we put this nice short stories from our fans together to just in one way to say thank you because you're coming to visit us and you're giving us back your experiences, your emotions you had during your holidays. And yeah, with the short movies, we of course we spread it on our social media channels. So it's until now it's not I would say part of a real campaign. So, but it was just for our community. Like, okay, we are asking you, what do you think? What's your opinion? And then we put it together just to say and to show, of course, other South Tyrolean fans or customers. If you come to South Tyrol, what do you feel? What are your emotions you got? And it's like how to use user-generated content also for your purpose, and not being afraid. Okay, what will they say? Are there some negative comments? Because of course it was this step you had to send us a video, and not everyone really wants to do that. And of course, we got videos from motivated people who are really fans from our country. And so we have this nice movie where our fans are talking about beautiful nature, about a good glass of wine, about experience with South Tyrolean people, the nature, the fresh air. So of course, all aspects we would also communicate in a traditional advertisement. And yeah, so I'm glad you liked it. And of course, we will do that another time and post it on our social media channels as well. And of course, it was part of this of our storytelling platform. We do this. We are working with content marketing, so that we are telling our stories. But it's also nice to listen and to show the stories of other people in her experience with South Tyrol.
Yeah, very nice. And how do you know exactly which moment to choose? Most of the businesses I'm meeting, they cannot understand um, which point of their activity would be attracting new clients, giving more impressions about what their services are good, helpful for the people. Um, and when I have this experience of South Tyrol, I can see everything matching, like visiting the Museum of Messner starts from even before centuries when the first people did this human achievement. It's so long ago. And then you have this movie storytelling, which is top up to date way of approaching. So you have everything together, but it's not like cut, and it's like one whole impression you have,
Mm.
like living in this story. Um, how do you create this? Do you have a plan?
So first,
I'm just curious because this is difficult to explain to people from my age who say we are not interested to be online. Then I say, okay, how would you expect to reach new clients, and especially the new generation? They are used to find information online, to look into the film, see how it
Mhm.
looks, the other destination, the services, everything. Just have it. And when you're not there,
Now, of course, first of all, I have to say, and we have a nice product. It's in case of promoting your hometown, your home country, beautiful nature. Makes it a lot, makes your work a lot easier. And if you're talking about vacation, holiday, of course, even that, these are nice topics, and everyone is happy to speak about that because there are positive emotion, positive feelings. So it's also easy to work with that content. But nevertheless, of course, you have a strategy that it's not beginning this I would say in the digital way. It started years before. Also on the traditional advertising, to work more on stories, to to looking for new topics. We're saying, okay, what are trends? What are mega trends for the future? And are they connected to our country? And can we use that for also for our communication for holidays and vacation? And lucky we found that, so we find out some topics they are matching to us and also to the target group. But of course, also we have a target group where we aim for, and we also look to that our content is matching to this target group. And of course, we have to prepare it and to tell the stories in that way that possible clients are getting interested first, maybe first in the topic, and then, oh, okay, that's sounds cool. Maybe we can go there also for vacation. That's that approach in content marketing, that you're delivering good content and a lot of information, useful information that the user has benefits, and it's not maybe the would say the first goal, just to say, okay, now I want to sell you 2 weeks vacation, but it's more an inspiration and showing what is this living space, this area South Tyrol offering.
yeah. And
And
do you get the support of the community in institutions? I mean, the local festivals. I get the impression that there is a big support uh, from the industry, from the industrial standpoint, that people do their events, and it's very also bringing to the authenticity, but because there are festivals and events all the time.
that's true. As I said before, of course, we have a nice product, and a lot of people and persons, organization, institution are involved, are creating events, beautiful hotels, shops. So there is a lot of things going on, and everyone or mostly all see that tourism is a big business, and so it's important that everything is working and fitting together, and that we have some cities where shops are open, where museums are very attractive, that nature is clean, that we have hiking trails and so on, and of course
Yeah,
in this
only
area, of course.
one flat, sorry to interrupt you, the area you
Mhm.
showed me, on top of the mountain, there were choices for every age, for every kind of sport. It There were, I just shared on an event page we are having this conversation. the flying people, this freedom you have to choose how to spend your vacation without being necessarily sold some services. You just have this feeling being at home and uh, either choosing bicycle or whatever your taste is. And would you please tell us what's your plans until the end of the year for your company?
So our plan, of course, we still have to work on our project bewegt.com. So there every 2 3 weeks we have new stories, we have new videos, new photos, new persons taking part there. So we still work on that, but of course also next year. So at the moment we are all getting in winter mood. The ski season is already started. Next week we are mostly all ski resorts start opened, and yeah, so therefore we will also put on this content, on these activities, maybe a little bit more touristic, but it's also important to use our digital channels to show to everyone, okay, now you can ski, enjoy South Tyrol in winter. It's more than beautiful, and yeah, so then these are, I would say, the main goals now for the last 1.5 months in our communication, and of course, because it's a lot of work in the preparation on strategy, on production for the next year,
And
because
what about
it's
this book I saw you were sharing on your Google Plus profile?
okay.
Florian, this
That's
is
all.
Stan Bush. Stan Bush, this is
Hi,
Florian.
Stan. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too,
Yeah,
Florian.
yeah, it's a pleasure. So finally, we get not only on Blah, but also now on Hangouts
Yeah,
together.
yeah. I was looking at the name and I said, I know this guy.
Oh, you remember.
Yeah, yeah, I sure do. He's pretty much covers as much social media ground as anybody. You know, he's got a nice looking about me page, and you know, which is something that a lot of people kind of don't really pay much attention to. But at least he's got a nice background and you know links to his other stuff. So that's good.
Yeah, you have to. You know, it's everyone is a brand. You know, also a personal brand has to work on it, and mostly a lot of people are also in my environment. I know they do a good job for the company, but they forgot about yourself,
Yep.
and you know that's also important. You know, like not communicating the product of the company, but also saying, okay, I'm also the person who stands for that. You know, it's also a kind of authenticity and trust that you're saying, okay, I'm working for something and I'm proud working for that company
Mhm.
and doing that what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And coming back to your question,
Yeah,
Nina,
about the book.
it's a new yeah, it's a new travel book coming out soon, and also an example for how you know the South Korean people is working, yeah, by themselves to make some new hotspots or some new attraction or showing people how beautiful we are. It's a online magazine called Fans Magazine, who's focused on culture, and they decided to do yeah to create a new travel guide about South Tyrol, and so it's made by people out there. They asked about 50 insiders, you know, local people, show us your best places, and they put it together in a nice book. It's also crowdfunded, so it's also supported by people around us in South Tyrol to say, okay, it's maybe a little bit different than the normal travel books, because of course you see some highlights, but it's really explained by the insiders. They're showing her best places, maybe some hidden spots. So they're giving advices they would give to their best friends to say, okay, if you're coming to visit me here, we would go together here and here. And that's a wonderful project, because that's also how it's working. And even so, we in our social media channels, we are trying to show what are the best places, and these are not the places like Walt or Disneyland. There are only tourists, but these are the places where also the local people is going, is having fun, is having a free time, and uh, and yeah, this travel book, it's really creative. So of course it's nice pictures. There are illustrations. So it's a nice project, and because it's also done by the community.
Yeah, it's like local guides we know from Google. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. It sounds great. Um, and do you have questions?
Um, I like to flow with a lot of stuff. I went out and I've done a little bit of research about what Florian is. That, am I pronouncing that correct?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yep. What Florian does, but I think that those questions will come off a lot better in a natural format. Like I'll be asking him. I can't pronounce Leben im Natural Jewel. I don't know what that means, right? So I'll ask you, because that video is really interesting, and it looks like, well, again, those conversations are better, I think, for
Mhm.
me, are better when they come, the web's all about authenticity. It really is. And that's more so than a lot of people think that it is. It's good to plan these kind of things, but it's also really interesting for me when I watch someone and see someone who is genuinely engaged with someone. Like, what is that? Because it just comes off a lot better to me. So I'm not a person that really likes, not dislikes, but I'm okay. I've got stuff that we're going to do fine, man. We'll do great. This will be a lot of fun, because I get to learn a little bit more about you, and the world will get to learn a little bit more about all of us. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, I guess that's something that everyone who's working on social media has to learn, that it's not that easy just to say, I'm the expert. Of course, there is people who is in the case giving you the power, who is saying, oh, if you want to go there, ask that person. They are giving you good advices. They are giving you best tips. There you find the best information, and it's a kind that the community is giving you also this power to saying, okay, you are the best for that. So it's always, like a conversation, but it's not like in one way you're saying, okay, that's it, and finish. So, but of course, you get advices back, you have got questions, and you have to deal with them, to answer with that.
One great learning that anyone can experience it in South Tyrol is the multinational culture. When if sometimes can visit, you go to purchase something in any shop, and you can talk in any language, and everybody understands you. You can talk in German, you can talk in Italian, that doesn't matter, in English, that's fine. And everybody around you is talking to their language, but everyone is happy because it's a multicultural place. And we here in Bulgaria, we talk a lot that we have the understanding and the experience, but actually living in that um, bilingual like in Switzerland.
Mhm.
Gives you a lot of learning about accepting people, not judging, about knowing who you are, a lot of things. We say here that everyone in the world should go visit Italy, like to be reborn for their senses of beauty, of being
That's
true,
true.
like it's a therapy.
Well, that'll be a conversation that will come up in the hangout too, because my wife is actually my wife is and her relatives are from there, Carrara, and there were a lot of her family was in a group of sculptors that came over from there, and really interesting stuff. Every time I meet some or talk to someone from over there, I always discuss that because it was there was such a great talent of people that came from there during that period when they were building things. They were building, churches and monuments and all sorts of stuff. And her uncle has some things that are on national monuments and stuff, but he didn't get the credit. What was interesting about it was he didn't get the credit for that. But we'll talk about that too. Um, that's going to be the interesting. That'll be the stuff that'll be interesting stuff. I'm putting it down there now to make sure I ask about that. I've even got one. I can bring. I can go get one that he actually did. That's a marble sculpture that came from marble from Carrara. That they were sneaking over here back in when they were living here. They were getting their stuff out of. They were taking it out of Italy and bringing it over here. It was interesting stuff.
Yeah, of course, it's we have a lot of history. Of course, our history was all a little bit different, and we are now this mixture between German, Austrian tradition and Italian fashion and living style. So and I guess that's also a big part that if you're used to handle with other culture, that of course you are also trying to get the best out, of the different culture, saying, okay, oh, they are doing that in that way. Not bad. So let's adapt that and how it's fitting to us and to find an own way, but it's yeah, put together from different influences.
So actually, I just realized, Nina, we're already live. You've got this going live already, haven't you?
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice that till just a minute. Well, we're already live.
I'm going to stop broadcast because we are already 1 hour and Florian has work to do it during his working day.
I did not. Did I miss this? Was I supposed to be here earlier?
oh yeah, we had a nice chat already. So
Well,
what
golly, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that because there were
no.
questions that I had for you, like southtyrol. Is that the name? Is that the name of the company that you work for?
So the name is SMG, South Tyrolean Marketing, and it's the official tourism board of South Tyrol.